Yo, what's going on, guys? Basshead wants and needs, Mersuk. So essentially, I wanted to give you my top 10 IAMs that I listened to during CanJam and also during my stay here in Singapore. These are going to be in order because I essentially this is the signature what I'm looking for currently, and I think these IAMs will contrast very well to what I own as of recent. So I have the Radeon 6, I have the Xenon 6, which currently in RMA, which I sent just at the CanJam show with Bogdan, the for audio CEO or owner, and I have the Legion, which I got, at the show, and have the Deuce. So not too many total IAMs, but I'm going to have the GMA because I have pre-ordered that long ago, and I talked to Fat Freak yesterday. I was at their shop, and hopefully they're gonna send that maybe by the end of this month, hopefully, finger crossed. So yeah, but number one is going to be the Grind Maestro Anniversary Edition. So guys, I know there's a lot of IAMs and a lot of every brand want to throw their IAMs and they jack up their prices. But for me, the Grind Maestro, for the sound signature, for what it delivers, for the naturalism, for the smooth highs, I think it's a really a winner, and I like it a lot more than the regular Grind Maestro because it has very good build quality. They worked on the box essentially that it comes with, and it has amazing shells, and they're gonna number the sets from 1 to 350. What I don't like that though, they jacked up the price to 5,500, which I confirmed with them. I'm not really happy about this price, but it makes sense if they want to feel like the GMA is a premium product and only certain people should acquire it, then so be it. I'm not, really mad about it. So, but yeah, the GMA is a good IEM. It would slam hard. The only thing that I just maybe wanted it more refinement, like through the mids, just a little bit. To also bringing up just more resolution and detail, just slightly, especially on the black module. So for me, I feel like I like the the blue and the super stage module, and I had so much time with this IM. I'm not gonna lie to you, probably had about 12 hours of listening experience with this IM, because essentially I was going to Fat Freak every other day to just give it 3-4 hours of listen. I've listened to it at CanJam, I've listened to it yesterday, and so I have very good experience with this IM. I think it's definitely worth it. It's just different. It's different even from Fat Freak lineup. It's the only IM that when you put it on, it just takes you in a different dimension. I think it's really good. It sounds good. The sound quality could be more refined, as I'm gonna talk about the other IMs. Probably they're slightly refined and cleaner, just a little bit, just a little bit, right? Second IM would be the Camber 226B titanium version. So I listened to this, and I think this is one of those IAMs that just put me on the spot. I was in a good place. It sounded good. I didn't like the regular version. It's just I don't know if it's a perception. I had right about an hour something with this, an hour and 10 minutes. So I would say that's a good time. It's just it handled music very well. It's a little bit on the brighter side, but it did everything good, was balanced. And yeah, I just felt it was amazing. Essentially, it's a 4K or $4,000, and I think it's worth that price tag for what it did. Maybe a little over, priced, but to me, it sounded different than the regular version, and I felt like it just had improved a lot. For me, it was engaging. It was just good listen. The third IEM is the Moses. The Moses actually one of those IEMs when I just tried them, I still remember to this day, to this hour, that it's just had that smooth high, smooth treble that reminds you of the Annihilator 2021 and 23. I had the ability to listen to 2021, thank to Timmy from Giz Audio. He made me listen to his personal unit, and there was another actually guy that offered me to listen to his 21 unit. I think it's just very nice, maybe less bass than the 23, but very smooth highs, and Moses reminded me of the Annihilator. I thought was really good for that. But that's all I could have remembered. I also remember that was natural. It was natural, was balanced. There is no sort of like peaks. There is no, like, nothing was like jumping at you. It's just like balanced, and you just like very lucid, like triple. Like, that's all I remember. It's just fantastic. Out of these top like three IMs, I think it's the more balanced one. The camber would be more brighter, and the grandmaster would be more warmer, like would have more sub bass and just bass in general. The fourth one, which like one of my favorite, like Jedrak's Omnium TI. This version really like is amazing in every way. Like, it does have the energy, the excitement, the upper mid range. It's boosted a little bit, and it's amazing. It does everything. It slams, but it slams in a control way, and it's very like yeah, it's controlled. It doesn't mud things. I would have wished for more like resolution and details. Essentially, when I talked to Jedrak about the mid range and like some of the I explained to him like some of the like smaller details within the song, the harmonics, and when I explained exactly what I needed more of, he's like, if we did like boost what you've suggested, it would make the I am harsher. So he thinks that this is the best balance, and this is what he wants to keep it as. Not really mad, because I still think it was good, but I felt, comparing it to other IMs, maybe other IMs had the details a little bit better. So yeah, but the Omnium TI, amazing. I like it even more than the the regular version, the gold version. And I think the gold version is like essentially 2,700. TI version is like 3,000, which I think he's pricing them very well, because honestly, his like the Crafted Ears Omnium and the TI version, they do really well. Like, they hold their own very, very well, like against other total IMs that are priced 4, 5, 6K. I think this one is really strong contender. So I love the Omnium TI. I might get a testing unit at a later point, but it wouldn't be now, because I want to get the Grindmeister University Edition to be able to decide between which one I like more. So, but any of those top four or top 5 IMs, I would be happy with any of them, because they're all natural. They present and produce music in a way that is just so fun, exciting, without the harshness of the highs, and it's just like they all have very good vocals, and all they're balanced. They're just great IMs. And yeah, the most price I would believe is like 4,000 or 4,200. So it's a little bit overpriced. So comparing to the Omnium, probably it's a much better pricing, in my opinion. The fifth IM would be the Multiverse Mentor from Unique Melody, and I had a chance to try this when I arrived at the AV1 store, and then I went to CanJam and I was able to try it with back to back with the Mest Mark II and the Jet Black. Jet Black essentially was like better than the Mest Mark II, but the Multiverse Mentor is just the better IM they've made, even better than the Mason, in my opinion. It's just, it sounded good, the bass slammed, and I know a lot of people complained about the bass with the Multiverse Mentor, talking about it's not really, it's a BA bass. I personally didn't feel that it sounded different than Dynamic Driver bass, so it's just like it slammed very hard. The Multiverse was like, very, you could sense this huge immersive stage that it has, and it had like amazing details. I loved, like, it's just like maybe the shell and the cable on the heavier side and the bigger side, but other than that I thought it was worth it. Probably not for like 5K or 4.5, but I think it's good if you can get it on a deal for 25%. It's an older IEM, so if you can get it around like 3.5, I'd say yeah, it's definitely worth it. The shells looks amazing. It has, I think, 13 drivers, so it's nice. I think it's nice. The 6IM, I think I may like it even more than Multiverse Mentor. Maybe, you know, I'd have it in the 5th and have the Multiverse Mentor at the 6th. But the number 6, I listened to it the last minute when CanJam like was at the last hour, and I just like hated myself because I should have like started with this IAM, but it's not as popular IAM, and nobody talking about it as of recent, and there's not so many reviews, and nobody, like, I think nobody knows about this. I think it's a hidden gem, and when I put them on, I listen to them, I'm like, man, it's nice, it's balanced. Yes, it doesn't have the resolution of let's say like the top five IEMs, but what it was amazing. And this IEM is the Dita Perpetua. It's a single DD IEM, and it was amazing. It was amazing. It was beautiful. What it did is just was something special to me, and I want so desperately to explore this IEM more, because they're discontinuing this IEM to release the Ventura. So I'm not really sure I'm happy about this. I talked to them, they told me talk to Zeppelin, maybe they have the unit. Talk to Zeppelin said we don't have the unit. So I'm not really sure who has it for me to test it more right now. But I'm going to go to Zeppelin today, and I think it's called Protection Hearing or something like that, or Protection Audio, which is the place that I could find the DTAP product. So, but yeah, this is an IM that I need to further explore more, and I think it's still being sold at Music Tech and Bloom Audio. I'm not trying to hype this up, but this is more of a personal thing and personal taste. This special IM, maybe it's not gonna be liked by so many people. This is just, I feel like it's for me personally. But for the other IMs, let's say for the GMA, not a lot of people would like, GMA. In fact, it was on people's list when I was going there talking to reviewers and people that I know that review IAMs and enthusiasts. Everyone had the Grandmeister University Edition on their list. It's ridiculous. But nobody had the Moses or the Omnium TI or the Camp or so. I even told Jude, which is the CEO of Headfi, I told him you should give it a try. I think he tried it, but didn't get his feedback. So, and the Multiverse Mentor is just an older IM. That's probably why, people tend to like something that is just new, hyped up, and yeah, that is that. After that, the Perpetual was 3K, and it's still 3K, no discounts, but I will try to see if I could get it on a discount through Music Tech. I know Andrew does a good job, so I'll probably talk to him later when I get back home, and I'm confident that it's something that I want to pursue. The 7th IM, it's a newer model that just got released at the CanJam, and it's from one of my favorite brands. This man made one of my favorite IAMs to date, which is the Xenon 6 and the Radeon 6. This is the Project K. I think Project K is amazing. Build quality is good. The cable that it comes with it is fantastic. I've tried it with the Xenon 6, and I think it made the Xenon 6 much more natural. And yeah, hopefully they give me that cable when they ship my IAM back. So, but yeah, so the Project K, just for me, sounded like it doesn't use ESTs for treble, to use nulls essentially, or what they call it, the open custom PA. But I confirmed from Bogdan that it's just essentially a null balance amateur. So it sounded good. I think the shell made out of stainless steel or titanium, I cannot remember. it just was really heavy, like the Xenon one. Maybe it's even heavier than the Xenon 6. I don't know. It was heavy though. Looked like a candy, looked like a jewelry, but the build quality was good, and the sound was like the first thing that you notice with this IM is like that huge holographic stage, just huge. And for the most part, I try to use stock tips with all of the IMs, but at some point, with some IMs, I use the SpinFit CP100. So with this IM, I use the SpinFit, and man, the stage was super huge. And it reminded me of my favorite IM, which is the Xenon and the Radeon 6. Actually, Radeon or Xenon could be, I could change every day. So yeah, it just less bass than Radeon 6, less resolution and details, and less this upper mid-range harshness. So you're getting, essentially getting like more Naturals Frontier series from for audio. It sounds like a Frontier. I just didn't really like the price. You know, for 3K, essentially the other IMs, you know, on top would be much better. But the top three are like 4K and above. Grandmeister's like what, 5K something. Camper's like 4K, which is like limited edition as well. Moses is like 4 something, and I'm not really sure who sells Moses, to be honest with you. Maybe Zeppelin. Yeah, Zeppelin will have it for sure. So, but I couldn't find it on neither Music Tech or Bloom Audio. So Zeppelin for the win. Omnium, I think Music Tech will have them, but maybe Bloom Audio soon. We'll have to wait and see. And Zeppelin will have them for sure. Multiverse Mentor, I think they are at the AB1 store and Music Tech. Perpetua usually currently at the Bloom Audio Music Tech. And yeah, so Project K, man, is a really good IM. I think he said is going to be released by the end of this month. So who is this for though? So this is not for somebody who already owns the Frontier series, because I think you'll be downgrading to get that. And for 3K, for me personally, if you're a fan of for audio, sure, but for best, you know, if you want a best purchase or best optimization for the money, I wouldn't go for like, you know, the Project K. It's a little bit overpriced for the technical performance that it could do, but I do understand if you got it on a discount or something, I wouldn't be bothered, because build quality is top notch, amazing shell, crazy cable, and it looks so classy, you know? Cable looks white, like finished in stainless steel, matching the shells, and it just looks good, like, and it just looks good. The shells are amazing. It would look like a jewelry in your ears, so it really looks special. So yeah, Project K, yeah, pretty much I wouldn't get it if I have the Radeon 6, but somebody who wanted to explore maybe for audio, or wish they had the RN6 but couldn't get it, then this is the IM for you. After that is a newer model that just got released a day before CanJam, and I need to explore this more, but when I listened to it, I thought it was different. I could swear to you that I heard more details through the mids than any IM on this list. I could swear, like, it's super clean. It's just represented, like, there's certain things that I've heard, because I was using the same, essentially 7 to 8 songs back to back to back to back to back. It's easier to expose IMs this way, because you're listening to them back to back in a short period of time, so you'll be able to pick up the differences and nuances easily. And this is the Plus Sound Allegro 2. I think, you know, this IM is amazing. I can't say much about it, but its build quality is amazing. It has this metal, like, kind of metal shell. I don't know what it's made out of, but it's amazing. And I know probably it's exclusively at Zeppelin, but it's a United States, comes from the US. It's a US brand, so maybe Andro or Bloom Audio will have it, but I think this IM is amazing, and I need to explore it more. That's why it's not on the top of my list, but it was amazing. The ninth IM is an older model, which comes from Vision E's, which is V10. I think this IM is good, build quality is good, and it does everything that I wanted to do. Mid bass is good, the details, the dynamics are all there. And yeah, I think it's on par with the other IMs on this list. It's just like it's an older model, and yeah, some of us don't tend to get excited about older model, although it could have the same, technicalities as the newer models for cheaper too. So, but yeah, the VE10 I think was good. The last one is I think a crowd favorite. Everyone loves this IM, or at least is hyped up, and this is the Alpha Omega Omega. I've listened to the Pilgrim, which is even more expensive, 7,000, 6 ESTs on the highs and stuff like that. It's ridiculous. But the Alpha Omega is a fantastic IM. I think does have 4 ESTs and like 4 balance armatures, 6-way crossover, and then has 1 DD for bass. On paper, this sounds like probably the best out of these, like even through the reviews and everything. I've listened to this. I texted the guy behind it. I think his name is Kelmet. Talked to him. He came the first day of CanJam. I've listened to it. Essentially, you get this wow factor because it is really good. Like I think it's just like my only issues with it was really hard, was rough around the edges a little bit. It needed a little bit more refinement, like to make it really sound a little bit better. So that's my only issue with it. Other than that, I thought was amazing. Just like those highs, need to be refined. The bass decay and how the bass was hitting and how the bass started and finished. It's just a little bit like needs a little bit of refinement, and I think it would be on my top 5. Because it has the engagement factor, it has the excitement, it has everything. Some guys said to me, oh, I needed more pin gain and more like boosted upper mid ranges. And yeah, it had like, switches that boosted the mids and highs and lows and stuff. So I haven't explored it in so many ways. But I thought the IM was good, but currently not worth pursuing for me until it gets more refined. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are the top 10 IMs that I felt like they were good. And yeah, hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. But yeah, from Fat Freak, I think GMA is the best IM they're made. Camber TI version is better than the regular version. Moses is a new brand for me, and I was shocked that I liked that IM because I have never heard about it before. But yeah, it's on my top 3. And Omnium, I explored their regular version. Jedrak was kind enough to send me that back home 3 months ago. So he was excited when he saw me. He's like, I did the improvements that you told me to too, and other people had suggested. I'm like, yeah, thank you, man. You're really kind. Like one of the just humble owners that I've met. Crazy, man. And Multiverse Mentor, yeah, I cannot shame it. Great IM, expensive, heavy shells, big shells. It could prevent some people enjoying it because of the shells and the fit and the tips that you need. But other than that, it's beautiful. Perpetual is something that probably I'm going to explore very soon. So as we reviewing right now these IMs, or will give an impression, I'm gonna go to Zeppelin and see if I could get a last minute listen so I could know that I need to purchase this and talk to Music Tech or not. Project K is nice, overpriced, but I would say the other Frontier series is probably better, like the Radeon 6 and Xenon 6, but it's more natural. If you would wish for more natural, maybe Radeon 6 or Xenon 6, this is the IM for you. And Allegro need more time with it, but definitely it's a strong contender, and it's different. And I think it's around 4,000. Yeah, it's around 4,000. VE10, as I said, dynamic, good. I think the best that Vision Ear had made. To this day, I think I like it more than the Phoenix. Phoenix is cute though, but I think I like it more than the Phoenix because it does things a whole lot better for my likings. Omega just, needs more refinement, and it probably would be number 2 or 3 on this list. But this is it. I'm Mars and I'm out, bro.